welcome back to Libib's BookTube channel. My name is Kaelyn. Welcome back to another bookish video this week. Today I am being absolutely thankful. It's been a thankful week. Thanksgiving, almost to the end of 2020. We have like a month left to go, but I have just been so thankful to be able to buy books, to read books, to be taught some valuable lessons throughout this past year. And so I am just really thankful and excited that, yeah, we made it this far in this year. It's almost done and it's almost over with, and I can't wait to be thankful for what comes next. So anyhow, we are back with another book haul. I know we just did a library book haul, books I recently got at the library, but I figured why not do a November book haul for the books that I bought this month, because I don't know if I'm gonna do another book haul for the end of the year. So first up, I am going to mention this notebook and these pens that I bought, because I don't know where my other notebook went, where I write down all the stuff that is going on, my thoughts, feels, and opinions in my notebook. I don't know where that specific notebook went. I do have another notebook that I have been more doing bullet journaling in, so I didn't know if I wanted to combine that notebook with my thoughts and feels and opinions, so I decided to purchase another notebook, and then I purchased my favorite pens. So I've broken this book haul up into two themes. I think these past two book hauls have a lot of themes, a lot of connectiveness, like there's a theme on accident. So anywho, for part one of my book haul is going to be my poetry book haul, which is all the poetry books I bought recently that I am so excited to read from now to the end of the year and possibly next year, because I am in fact in a bookish slump. I literally have one chapter left of Bunny and I have not finished it, so and I've been in a bookish slump all month, and I haven't read anything else this month. So maybe purchasing and renting some books from the library will help get me over this slump. But the first book that I bought is September Love by Libib, and I love Libib, and I'm kind of salty that her book did not make it in the Goodreads Choice Awards this year. It's been in it every year except for this year, so I don't know what's going on. So obviously I gotta read and find out if this book is any good or not. But Libib is one of my favorite authors, and I can't wait to read September Love by her and add her books to the collection, Libib collection right there. So I'm excited to read this and add it to my collection. Another book of poetry that I decided to get because it had a really cool cover, and that is Sweet Dark by Savannah Brown. This was one of the poetry books that got in one of the Goodreads rounds for best poetry for this year. I know at this point the voting has not wrapped up, so we don't know what the best poetry book of the Goodreads year is, but I didn't realize how short and small this book was. But it's a poetry book. It has a very interesting, cool title, and I love the font and I love the colors. Never read this author before, so I'm excited to try it out. Next up, another poetry book that I've been anticipating was originally supposed to come out in May, but then got pushed back to this fall, and that is Swimming Lessons by Lily Reinhart. The girl that plays Betty on Riverdale came out with her own poetry book, so I have been intrigued to see what she does with writing poetry, and the cover is really pretty, and once I saw this in Barnes & Nobles, I had to have it because there's all this beautiful pinkness. I love the colors on the cover, I love the font, and I'm excited to read and see how she writes her poetry. And next up, another poetry book. I think this is the last poetry book that I bought for this haul is Homebody by Rupi Kaur, and I loved not Milk and Honey, but The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I love that book, so I can't wait to get my hands on this and read this and hopefully enjoy it. Another book of poetry that I totally forgot was coming out this fall, and I had to hurry up and get it once I saw it out in the wild. Next up is the single book that does not fit into either category, and this is a book that I saw that Kayla from Books and Lala, she highly recommended, I think, or she was talking a lot about it, but it got my interest, and that is The Murders of Molly Southbourne by Tade Thompson. And this is a very, didn't realize how short it was, short novella about this girl who wakes up and keeps dying. For as long as Molly Southbourne can remember, she's been watching herself die. Whenever she bleeds, another Molly is born, identical in every way, and intent on her destruction. Molly's parents trained her well. She knows every way to kill herself. She knows how to butcher Molly's for easy disposal. evil, but she also knows that as long as she survives, she'll be hunted. No matter how well she follows the rules, eventually the Mollies will find her. Can Molly find a way to stop her tide of blood, or will she meet her end at the hands of a girl who looks just like her? So the cover is intriguing. It's a very short book. I want to get into more spooky horror-esque books, and I think this will be the perfect gateway into that. So next up, part 2 of the book haul, we are going to be talking about the not Halloween. Why am I so stuck on Halloween right now? But we're going to talk about the books that have a winter/Christmas theme. And I am definitely one to not be a Christmas book reader. I really don't care for Hallmark Christmas movies, fun fact, and I'm not really a Christmassy book type person, so but I'm breaking the rules this year. 2020 has no rules. So the first book that I'm picking up from DC Inc., Lauren Miracles of Victor and Nora. This is also illustrated by Isaac Goodhart. This talks about Mr. Victor here falling in love with Nora, Mr. Freeze, and it gives off this wintry, cold vibe. So henceforth, why I got put into my winter reading pile segment. Next up is another awesome book that I cannot wait to enjoy, and that is Happy Narwhal Days by Ben Clanton. This is the 5th book in the Narwhal and Jelly series that has literally consumed my life. I love these books so much, and also I have done an entire series of reading all the previous books, and the playlist will be linked down in the description box below. Also, Jelly looks so cute, and I'm so excited. And last but not least, here's the last book that I am hauling for this video, and that is In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. And this book has some holly jolliness to it. This talks about it's being the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Malin Jones. I wish there was a K instead of an M, so it could have been Kaelyn. But alas, Malin. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, a snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent the holidays every year since she was born, along with her 2 other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please, show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech and metal collides. Everything goes black. And when May wakes up, she's on an airplane for Utah where she begins the same holiday over and over again. And I read and absolutely loved and enjoyed The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren at the beginning of this year, so I am excited to pick this up and see what happens in this book. I'm excited, I'm hyped, and I can't wait to read another book by the 2 authors, because Christina and Lauren. But anyways, that's gonna be it for my November book haul. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have bought any good books recently. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for a new bookish video.